Well, guys, that's it. Challenger is going away for good. I know I never thought I'd ever say this, but it's done, man. I gotta move on to something else. It's a little hard. It's been a battle going back and forth in my head, trying to figure out what to do, but it's time to move on. I'm trading in the Challenger to get something else. Sitting on 25,000 miles. Body's in very great shape. No damage to it at all. No accidents. No speeding tickets. Ironically, a ticket for a license plate light though. A license plate, not light. Front license plate I didn't have, but you know, that's how cops are these days. They get you for the stupid shit. Let's see. That's about it. It was fun while it lasted. It was great. Why am I getting rid of it and moving on? Well, the value on these things aren't going to get any better. You know, it's a 2015. You know, most people are into the demons and the red eyes and the wide bodies and shit like that. You know, maybe in 20, 30 years from now it'll be worth like, you know, $200,000-$300,000, but who knows? You know, who knows where that's actually going to, you know, be at that point. You know, electric cars are in, they're out, they're in, they're out, you know. It's like the lights in your house. Every time you plug in your electric car, the lights go out. But, you know, it's... For me, if I lived in Arizona, I'd probably have the car until it finally rotted away. You know, I daily drive it. I try not to drive it in the winter, but since the Ram has been in the shop for a while, with some brake issues that they've been just fighting, trying to figure out why it's acting up. They fix one thing, then something else acts up, then they fix that, then they're back to square one. It's like, what the fuck? The Suburban was acting up. I was having some electrical issues with it. It was stalling out, you know, when I turned the headlights on and wipers and shit like that. Now, none of that shit's on, and it just won't turn over. So, in the Army truck, unfortunately, you can't go over 30 miles an hour, so to go anywhere in the snow with that is almost impossible, unless it's 10 miles from my house. And unfortunately, the only vehicle I got left to go to work in is my 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat, which unfortunately cannot get out of its own way in the snow. It can outrun almost anything on the road, but it cannot outrun a snowflake. It is painful. If you guys look through my YouTube channel, you'll find a video of me literally spinning my tires back and forth on snow-covered grass, just trying to move the car so that I can clean out a bigger spot for it. I kept it in the garage most of this winter until both of the trucks went down, and you know, being in New York with the possibility of snow at any moment of the time, you know, they said no precipitation today, and it was snowing earlier, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get stuck in this fucking car. It was fun, it's fast, it sucks down fuel like there's no tomorrow. It just depends on how you drive it. You drive it on economy mode, it's great for, you know, fuel wise. I've done a road trip with it and stuff. It's very comfortable, it drives nice, it's smooth, it's got great handling. The stopping power on this thing is awesome, the acceleration is awesome, the sound of exhaust on it is amazing. This thing has absolutely nothing done to it other than floor mats. And that's it. I never did anything to this car, just the floor mats. That was it, just because when I was working construction, I didn't want to get mud in the carpet. That was it. And of course, that's what I was driving to work every day, was the Challenger, because I had just bought it. I was 29, I was turning 30, had it for 5 years. And, you know, it's been great while it's lasted, but it's time to move on. You know, it's kind of tough to say that and think of things, but you know, it's been there for me with a lot of things, through relationships and jobs and, you know, and different shit. But, you know, it's getting scarier on the roads these days driving it. You know, driving home, I'm dodging potholes, potheads, and cops. And I'm doing the speed limit in the slow lane, and people are like almost sideswiping me, trying to take a photo of the fucking car to catch me doing something to post it on their fucking Twitter page. I'm driving the speed limit. How about you do it and get your phone out of your fucking hand? So it's like, you know, I got that. Then it's like, you know, it's small, so it's like, you know, I'm below everything. I grew up around trucks. I grew up around lifted trucks. You know, it's sitting next to my Suburban right now. I mean, my Suburban, you know, the glass on my Suburban is higher than the Challenger. I mean, and that's not even on a big lift. That's on a regular. So I get passed by, like, lifted trucks and semis. I feel like I'm riding a freaking moped. And then I got everybody trying to race me under the sun. People in minivans with one tit hanging out, dragging behind the car, to, douchebags and fucking Honda Pilots with the fucking camber fucked up on them so that they ride like crap. You got the rice burners that are like no better, that all they did was put a fart can on it and they think they got 1,000 horsepower under the hood. And then you got everybody else, the BMWs, the Mercedes, everything on the road's trying to fucking race me. And I'm not looking to race anybody. I'm just trying to enjoy the car that I have. So after a while of dealing with that shit, it gets annoying. Plus, also dealing with people that I've worked with and people that I've known that are more obsessed with my car than I am. So, like, after a while, that starts to get to you. I try not to let that stupidity bother you, because that shouldn't bother you to why you should make financial decisions in your life, such as getting rid of the car you love driving. But it's just after a while, it gets too much. I got to worry about the snow when I'm out in the rain. No matter how many tires I've gone through of different types of tires to find something that goes great in the rain, these ones were the best. And I still will break loose on a turn at 25 miles an hour with mild acceleration. Mild acceleration meaning I'm accelerating so that the person behind me doesn't hit me and I'm not crawling to a dead stop like most idiots do. I'm not flooring the car around a corner. So they really should have made these things all-wheel drive. That was their biggest failure with these Challengers. If you're going to put 700 horsepower under the hood of this thing, make it freaking all-wheel drive. Allow you to toggle it on and off. Something. Because this thing in all-wheel drive would go great. Maybe like an option where, you flip a switch and the suspension raises a little bit so you're not like less than a beer can off the fucking ground of the road, because the front of this car will hit every freaking thing under the sun, from going in my driveway, out of my driveway, trying to get into the gas station, going down some roads at work. A couple friends of mine, they lived in apartment complexes. I couldn't even go there with the car because the nose couldn't get over the first speed bump. Not that I really wanted to go to his apartment complex, but if I was going there for some stupid reason that he convinced me to do so, I couldn't take the Challenger because I couldn't get the nose of the car over the first speed bump. Mind you, those speed bumps were pretty aggressive, but even so, I couldn't do it. I've got turtled trying to get into a gas station to put fuel in the car. You know how embarrassing that is? In a $70,000 muscle car, I'm a fucking turtle. Being green on top of everything else, I got one wheel spinning on the ground and the other one's in the air. Oh God, that is so embarrassing. So what do? You spin the tire forward, you spin it backwards, you spin it forward, you spin it backwards, you turn traction control on, you turn it off. I mean, come on already. It's aggravating. If you lived in Arizona and it never snowed and rained once in a while, fine. You could have this car all year round. But you live in an area where it snows? No way. No way. You have to have a four-wheel drive. And when your four-wheel drives go down, now what? You don't go to work? You don't make any money? That doesn't help you. Then you're just batting zero at that point. So, I know I'm on a rant, but that's basically a lot of my reasonings, and from, what I've seen with people who have these cars, it looks like once they start hitting like 100,000 miles, people are having issues on these things. They're having computer issues. They're having supercharger bearings going and stuff, and the belts are going to go sooner or later. But people talking about the bearings going on the supercharger and shit, and the prices behind it. I don't really feel like shelling out almost $10,000 just to have this car on the road again. Now, of course, you want to play with big money. You got to have big money behind it, but that's not the point. I just don't feel like paying, $4,000 to have the supercharger fixed because, a bearing blew off and ricocheted around the engine bay and took out the engine, and now it needs a new engine, but because it's off warranty, now the engine's like $20,000. Now it's a car. It's a lawn ornament. It's totaled at that point because the insurance company will go, oh, it's totaled. So a car that looks this great with no damage to it can be totaled due to a fucking, that's a worst case scenario happening. But it is reality with insurance companies. I've gone through them before and fought tooth and nail to keep one of my trucks because they thought that a bumper and a tailgate costed more than the value of the car. And when I showed them how much it was, they didn't know what to say. So they gave me my title, they told me to leave or they'll call the police, and I got my vehicle back. And Progressive can go fucking suck a dick, because they're the most horrible company in the world. They're just out to make money. They're not out there to help you. That whole flow bullshit. They're all full of shit. But anyway, enough with the ranting and stuff. So that's it, guys. It's going to be the last time you see the Challenger. I'm going to take it to work tomorrow, and then from work I'm going to go to the dealership, and then hopefully I'll have my new ride, and the ride's going to be four-wheel drive. You know, I'm kind of doing the reverse midlife crisis, if you guys want to give you like a hint of what might be happening. So anyway, guys, in the next video you will see the next vehicle in my driveway that I'll probably have until either it dies or I trade it in to get another four-wheel drive, because I am done with cars. I'm just done with them. I'm going to get rid of the Camaro this summer, put that up there and let people tell me what they want to pay for it, and trailer it away, because even that thing's the same as this. It's a unibody. So the Camaro's 30 years older than this, and this is going down the same line as the Camaro's going to go down in 30 years, where eventually the unibody just rots away and it's just a skeleton of a car. That's it. Anyway, guys, if you're into Challengers, don't let me ruin it for you, but don't plan on keeping them for a while. Enjoy them for, you know, as many miles as you can, but once you start seeing the value of them dropping and they really become, you know, not usable for you, just get rid of it, move on. Try not to get attached. I know it's hard. I'm attached, so it's going to be a tough day tomorrow, but it's got to get done. And, you know, all I need to do is get, like, you know, a blizzard in like 2 days, and I can't go to work, or it's snowing on the way home and I'm trying to get home because I don't want to trade the car in, and I get into an accident and I total it. Now what? Great. When I'm going, well, 2 days ago you had the opportunity to leave work and go get a new vehicle, but instead you're like, no, I'm going to keep the car, I'm going to ride it out, and then it's gone. And then now what? You know, so anyway, that's the way I look at it, guys. See you in the next video.